3 days ago, I was reading a book by Professor John Collins. The book is titled High Lifetime 3. And then I chanced on a paragraph that tickled my fancy. Let me read an excerpt of that to you. So, this is an interview that Professor John Collins had with the late King Bruce of the Black Beat Band. And John Collins asked King Bruce his opinion about the Copyright Act of 1985. 1985. And this was what King Bruce told Professor John Collins. He said, "It is working. The very sad death of the copyright administrator, Mr. Odoi Enim, in September 1987 has not helped things. However, since the new copyright law, the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation has begun to pay out royalties to musicians. The first of these local payments was made at the beginning of 1987. When 3 million CDs was given out to Ghanaian musicians. That was in 1987. Some people got 50,000 CDs, some 30, some 20, some rather less. As no accurate monitoring of music has been made previously by the GBC, that is logging whose music had been used the most and how many times, this particular payment was just for the meantime, based on the particular musician's popularity," unquote. And this was the response that was given to Professor John Collins, who was conducting the interview then in the 1980s. Now, looking back and then considering how our copyright system in Ghana as we speak now has not been the best, it's a shame to think that after 40 years we still don't have any proper means of logging and calculating how much artists deserve to have as royalties. After 1985, when that act was fashioned out, in 2005 another one was put in place. And as we speak, there is no scientific means of calculating how much artists get as royalties. Everything is done on arbitrary basis. So they just look at how popular you are, how many songs do you have in the system, do radio stations play your songs the most, and they don't even have the logging to measure the number of times the songs are played. Apart from that, even the music or the songs played on the radio stations are not calculated per unit, because the Act, the 2005 Copyright Act for Ghana, the Act 690, does not really spell out how much should be charged per play of music. And it cuts across the other CMOs, Copy Ghana, ASOG. And because of these, our creatives, if you like, are not getting their worth. In the past, there was something called the blank levy. That was when the cassettes and the CDs were in vogue. And so, when people brought in those items from outside the country, there were levies on these devices, the CDs, the CDs, the VCDs, and all those things. And so there was blank levy given to musicians. Now they don't have it because CDs are not in vogue any longer in Ghana as we speak now. But there were new means of storing creative works and transferring them. We have our smartphones. People can just airdrop, Bluetooth, and all that. So new regulations need to be made as we speak now, so that the Copyright Act 2005 will be more effective. As we speak now, it is not that biting. And so our musicians will keep complaining. The writers, the film people, they will always keep complaining. Now, if you thought maybe Gamro is the one that is not working, of course they have a lot of work to do. If you go to Copy Ghana, if you go to ASOP, the situation is worse. And this means that we have a lot of work to do at the copyright side of our industry. The law, as it stands now, needs to have new regulations that would empower the collective management organizations, as in the CMOs, to be able to levy, as in if somebody plays, let's say, Alabaster Box, welcome, we will be able to know how much to pay for that per play. As we speak, we don't have that. And so the CMOs are crippled in a way in discharging their duties. We need new regulations. These regulations will also incorporate the new and the modern trends, if you like. AI is now in the system. Whether you like it or not, AI has come to stay with us. And so if we don't incorporate things like AI, the smartphones, and all these things in our copyright laws, we'll be making a mistake. Just a few days ago, it was announced that the organizers of Oscars, they are considering awarding films that have been done with AI. So you see where we're going with technology? We can't run away from that. I know a lot of people, a lot of governments and political parties in the past have promised to deal with the copyright situation. This is a reminder that we have a lot of work to do when it comes to copyright for the creative industry. Whoever has ears, let them hear.